I have your attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Look at that. I was muted. Let me start all over again. I was paying attention to my ear. I wasn't paying attention to there. Because, well, Kyle and I are getting ready to install. Well, we're not. I'm going to have a plumber come in. Unfortunately, um, and install the dishwasher. I just I can't physically get underneath there and put everything back together again and do the wiring and run hoses and let's just say we yeah, there's another $200 or $300 to have that installed. Honest to goodness, I don't know what the heck's going on, but we're gonna look positive. And you know what? I could have been hit by a train last week. So we'll go with the dishwasher. But it is what it is. And there's not a darn tootin' thing I can do about it. And, like I was saying to a buddy of mine, we bought all these appliances at the same time. So, of course, they're all going to go down together. Uh, Anyways, it is what it is. Oh, Miss Jody, you've already done enough. I appreciate it, but I don't want to see anybody waste their money on YouTube. Um, well, Miss Jody, I'm still waiting to hear from that I can ship food products to the US because I don't want to throw that money away. But it's literally it's it's literally over this shoulder right there. It's sitting waiting. So who we got here? Uh, somebody's saying that there's no audio. Tell me there's audio now. Um, I believe you sent me the right one, Jody. Let me just say your street or the start of your street because people have no idea where you live. Um, Do, 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 do. So if I go like this, I know you just sent me a message not that long ago. Do, 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 do. I thought you had. Oh, there you are. Let's see here. Gwen Oak? Does that sound right? Is that right? Hmm? Okay, why? I'm not muted. I don't understand why it's. It should not be. Well, okay, Miss Jody heard what I had said. So then whoever says that they can't hear me, my volume is working. Please. Oops. Check your audio. Ah, damn spell check. That is what it is. Oh, yeah, Scotty. Right off the get go, um, I forgot to press the mute button because, again, we were working on the dishwasher. And isn't this really neat? You buy $1,000 dishwasher and they give you $800 worth of product savings. $8. I'm going to take that $8 right to the bank. Just saying. Extended warranty. I don't know. It says that I have to read that and that. That. I'll get right on that. Yeah. Last of the big time spenders, Scotty. Mm-hmm. That's right, Jody. Appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like button, even if you're on the re-watch crew. You know, Thursdays are pretty quiet at noon, but a lot of people watch it overnight and whenever they get home from work. So I was going to move Procrastination Thursday to Procrastination Friday and just do one a week. But I was led to I was led to not do it. That people said no, do both. So I'll do both. I have an inspector coming Sunday to check our place. Oh man, even if you know everything's okay, Scotty, doesn't that just sit and rot in your gut that could be something as minute as, you never knew that this had happened? And I was going to say, Boston is receiving their Christmas tree from Nova Scotia. I believe it's a 50-year tradition. And, you know, I'm sorry, but all I use the inspection for is to get people down in price. I've got a good inspector. Might take them 4 or 5 hours, but I know after he's done, it's fine. And I have not had an inspection done that I have not been able to get back at least $10,000 off the price. So, especially whenever it's commercial, um, yeah, buddy of mine, we were going to get into apartments. I'm going back like 18 years ago. And this scum lord at the time, a 5-bedroom home was going for under 140,000 on 1 acre land. So this dude thought that he had $1 million wrapped up in 6 units. He crazy, because we had already set up with the government and everything that if the people, yeah, I guess you guys call it Section 8 in the States. Here is called welfare. And the government pays their rent. Well, at the time, we had worked out through a friend that we would get paid by the government, not the people. So I was guaranteed rent. There was, oh, okay, Scotty. Um, yeah. They send a tree because of the explosion that happened during World War II. You're on your history, Tony. Or Troy, sorry, Tony. Where the hell did Tony come from? Yep. Yep. Absolutely. And it's a long going tradition, and the mayor of Boston was up in Nova Scotia yesterday to see the tree cut down and loaded on the truck. So one of leave it to a reporter. Is there going to be tariffs on this truck? She said, if there is, I'll pay for it personally. But it just the way it came out was I was eating supper at the time and I had just taken a drink. Well, needless to say, I went, it was quite funny, just the way it was asked. And there was nothing meant by it. It just, you know, with everything that, you can't wiggle your nose or stomp your toes without a tariff being added. That's why Jody still hasn't been able to get her syrup, because it would cost me over $100 for the maple syrup shipping and whatever. That just doesn't make sense to me. Somebody tried to sink Canada. Guess what? Our economy the last 2 years has went through the roof. We're building LNG plants, we're building new pipelines, we're getting product to the people that are paying top dollar. We used to give our friends major discounts. But Canada doesn't do anything. Still a touchy subject for me. But I'm what's the old saying? I'm kicking a dead horse. You folks know what really transpires between the two countries, and now the people who are not near a border would have no idea. But upstate New York, Michigan, the whole 8 billion, 7 billion, 7 or 8 billion dollars is the projected money for cross-border shopping. So the little mom pa shops who depend on cross-border shopping, they're closing. And it's sad. Those are the people that were always around. One of the, actually two of the really good you building tunnels to sneak into. Do you mean Canada and the US? You don't have to build tunnels. Americans are walking across the border. It's brutal. There's one spot in, well, in between Cornwall and Montreal, which would be Vermont and New York State. I believe it's New York State. You pull up, you get out, you cross two ditches, and you're in Canada. We have the longest unprotected border in the world between our two countries. Yeah, no, Scotty, hey, spell check, brother, is not my friend. Yeah, Wendy, that might be. Okay, Miss Jody, you have a fantastic day. And I love your Halloween costume. That's what you should do next year. So Jody sent me a funny yesterday. And it's a little old lady, and she taped a whole bunch of spices all over herself. The Spice Girls. Ah! That's Grandma who stole a dad joke. Mm-mm-mm. Crazy. Hey, Virginia, how you doing? Yeah, unfortunately, Scotty, there won't be any bridges or anything for the next couple of years. I just hope we can ride it out. But, and I hope there's not too many. Unfortunately, the tariffs are not hurting us whatsoever. But speaking to some close friends of mine all over the US, they said their prices are crazy. Now, our prices on beef are crazy. Like a T-bone steak, $32. Ridiculous. Yeah, could be Scotty. Yeah. And I just pray that, this all sorts itself out because there's family. Families have been broke up because of this. And, you know, it's just one thing after another. Oh, so and please don't get me wrong. The farmers have been, you know what I want to say, for many, many, many years. And I got to say it's not right. The farmers the one that are doing the work. They're the ones who are giving birth. They're the ones who are, getting them up to, say, the 1,000 pounds. And then you have a feedlot who will come in and just, feed it full of garbage to fatten it up. And don't get me wrong. I do like a little bit of marble in my meat. I don't like a whole lot. And that's why I do like Highland. I prefer Highland cattle over, like, Rob's farm, the farm that I'm normally at. It's just he's been crazy busy and I've been crazy busy. Um, but they do Black Angus slash Highland. And oh man, they are fabulous. Oh, absolutely, Scotty. Um, I just I just got half a pig Um, and it was legally done. It was government inspected. It was butcher cut. Like, it's not one that we processed ourselves. This was, I purchased it through a friend who does um, amazing meat. Um, I have what? I'm just trying to think. So, yeah, I did have to pay a little bit extra because it was government inspected. Okay, Virginia, you have a magnificent afternoon. And and remember one thing. Procrastination is a thing on Thursday afternoons. So don't be going and pushing yourself. And don't forget, we'll see you tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. And goodness only knows, we could have a good laugh or two. It is Friday night. But yeah, now I have to wait for my plumber. He's either going to be here today or Saturday. Unfortunately, he he does amazing work. He used to be on his own, but now he works for somebody else. And honest to God, he doesn't return calls, doesn't return texts. I just want to take and shake the boy. But he does darn good work, so I can't really say or do anything. Um, because yeah, he's doing good work. But absolutely, Scotty, I always got to get in my procrastination. Mm-hmm. And I see my sister must be busy today, or she's lurking. One of the two. She will probably watch after. So hello, sister. And yeah, and all my crew that watch later at night. Hello. That's the one thing with my Thursday procrastination. There's not really a whole lot. But if you're watching it on the rerun, make sure you watch at least 5 minutes. And you watch at least 5 minutes. You give me a thumbs up and put a meaningful comment in. It helps the algorithm show that, you know, I do have people watching my stuff. So I've been trying to do 2 lives, a short, at least one a week, and a trying to do um, a video a week. But that is so darn hard that it is what it is. I've got to go downstairs and I have to run run my GoPro off onto um, a hard drive. So then I'll have to, it'll probably be, I've got to, I have an individual, um, actually, it turns out that he's actually working right across the road right now. He's a carpenter, and he, on really, really horrible days, he picks like an extra, um, a side job because, like we had 6 inches of snow this weekend. It was crazy. Like my son went to the Canadian Premier League soccer. Um, Sunday was the finals, and Ottawa won, but it was a whiteout. It was crazy how much snow was coming down. And they wanted me to go to the soccer game. Mm-mm. I did just as good with Rebecca's blankie in my chair watching with Hank on my lap. That's the way to do it. But anyways, other than that, it's same old, getting everything done. I guess, yeah, there's nothing more I can do or say, you know. It now it's just a waiting game. Hopefully I can have another 2 years, touch wood, with the appliances that we have, being fridge and washer and dryer. So, touch wood, enough's enough. I don't need any more. I don't want or need more as it is, you know, 330. By the time I get them all installed and whatever else, I'm looking at 35, 4,000, 3,500. It's crazy. Absolutely bonkers. But again, could be a lot worse. So you look at the positive, just keep on rolling. There's no need to keep going or pout. Could be a lot worse. Let's see here. Anyway, so what else is everybody's plans for the weekend? Gotta have some kind of plans for the weekend. Sorry, I'm just looking here. That doesn't. All right. That's weird. But it is what it is. And what do we got? We'll stick out here for a little bit more, but unfortunately, I think I'm going to call it now so that I can figure out what I'm going to do for dinner. Get the dishwasher ready to go, and I got to go outside, and I got to get the drain, because if anybody goes to use the water right now, they're going to flood my house. So, my goodness, you and your company, Wendy, you're just a little socialite. But anyways, I did just came to fruition that yes, I've got a half-inch hole in my drain tube that I got to go outside, get that off my old, just snip, and then run it up into. Anyways, you guys have a fantastic day, and I will definitely see you all tomorrow night. Well, if I don't see you tomorrow night, Wendy, you have a fantastic weekend with your company. So, and hopefully you don't get any snow. I gotta say, I don't think we're in for any snow this weekend. Weather. We're not supposed to get, we're not supposed to get, it's supposed to warm back up to 45 degrees. So all this white stuff's gonna go bye-bye, which I'm okay with. As long as we have snow for Christmas, that's all I want. I don't want any more. It could snow here Christmas Eve, and yeah, it could snow here Christmas Eve and melt Boxing Day. I'd be okay with that, because I don't know why a whole bunch of people got caught without snow tires. It's Canada. We're coming on to winter. Put on your snow tires. But anyways, folks, you have yourself a magnificent afternoon, and I will see you tomorrow.